It is Friday, December 27th, and it's road trip day in our brand new car.
Woo! And Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy Hanukkah, and whatever else.
Kwanzaa, happy, all of the things. I know that there's like dozens of different holidays that are celebrated. Samhain, maybe? Winter solstice for the pagans. I don't know. There's a lot of holidays that are celebrated around this time of year, so happy, merry, everything.
Yes.
So this is our first road trip in our Hyundai Tucson plug-in hybrid.
Yes, 2025. We test drove a lot of things. We thought about a lot of things. This was the car that most aligned with
everything
us.
We wanted.
Yeah. And the price was good. Availability was good because up here in Canada, our map's gonna yell at us for a while because we're not.
Yeah. Got it.
Yeah,
thank you.
But what was I even saying?
I don't even remember. We're talking about
the
cars.
incentive that they give you in Canada, I believe is gonna. So there's two things. One is I think there's a timed point that it ends, but there's also a pool of essentially money in the fund that will run out.
And by incentive, we're talking about green vehicle incentive, because the plug-in hybrids get the incentive, whereas the regular hybrids don't.
And so that's going to end in roughly Marchish, I believe. And so if we had to wait for another car, we probably would not have received it at that time and not gotten that, but still had to get a plug-in because we would have signed a contract. But that's not the main reason at all why we jumped on this. We really like this car. We really like the salespeople. They really worked with us to try to find what aligned with what we were looking for. Also, by the way, this year of the Hyundai, the inside here is impeccable. It's pure luxury. A lot of it's leather. It's got ventilation, it's got heating, it's got cameras up the wazoo, it's got the assisted driving.
And now we'll see how it goes for 2,000 kilometers plus.
2 each way.
Yeah, I meant this drive.
Yeah, that's true.
So,
tag along for the way back too.
Well, obviously, yeah. So we are headed to Florida. We're gonna start the trip off by spending some time in Cape Coral with James's parents. We didn't get to see them for for Christmas and Hanukkah, so we're going to see them for New Year's. And after New Year's, we are heading to Orlando for some Disney days. We are maybe doing things a little bit differently than usual in that we're not planning too much. We have 2 reservations, one at Oga's with some friends, and one at Cate Cafe for James's birthday on January 5th. We have never been there before, but we always love our character dining, and it always seems to be like our last day and James's birthday, so that's just our tradition. Usually we do Topolino's, but this time we're trying something new. We are staying at Port Orleans French Quarter for the bulk of our 3 days or 4 days there, and then we added on one night at Boardwalk using our DVC points because, why would we want to be on the road for James's birthday when we could be in Disney?
We were originally actually gonna be on the road again, like we usually are on the 5th, but we haven't used any of our DVC, which started actually
in December,
the starting of this month. For some reason I think it's January, but it's not. And so we figured we might as well just pop an extra day, see what's available. Boardwalk is actually, and this has nothing to do with this car or the drive, but just some informational Disney stuff. Boardwalk is one of the hardest DVC resorts to book, even if you are a member, like if that's your home resort. So for
is it actually? Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. It's one of the trickiest ones. And normally with your home resort, you can book like many months before other DVC members at different home resorts. I think like we would have had to wait. I think you can book 11 months out if it's your home, and 7 if it's not. So there's a 4-month difference. And yeah, we happened to find a day there, so we jumped on it and like, why not? And it wasn't even a lot of points, which was also surprising, because it is rated as one of the more, just one of the better resorts to stay because of how accessible it is to the Skyliner, 2 different theme parks. You can basically walk, I think, to both of them. So yeah, we're really happy about that, as well as it's on the boardwalk area of Disney, which is just one of our
favorite areas. We love Crescent Lake and all of those resorts over there. It's just like one of my favorite places to be in all of Disney World. It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, this will be our first time probably taking the gas tank under half a tank.
Yeah, we've been filling it up pretty much every time we go out, just because we can, and it's winter, and it's nice to just have a full tank of gas all the time.
We also, now that we're doing, we don't use superchargers, we have to play that price game with the gas. You see it at a good price, you got to jump on it. And
actually, one super fun feature of the Tucson, at least our edition, I don't know if it's in all of them, but it tells us gas price comparisons like right in the app.
Yeah, as well, like many other things. It's that's probably part of a lot of driving GPS things now. We do use Waze instead of the Hyundai one. The map kind of interface for the Hyundai one is, I don't know, it's fine. Like, we have a whole bunch of different navigation systems in here because it's got Apple CarPlay as well. So we have Google Maps, we have Apple Maps, we have Waze, we have the native Hyundai, we have like drive weather apps, we have like all the apps. And if you have any suggestions for us, please leave them in the comments. We've never had Apple CarPlay in any of our vehicles before, so we don't know exactly what to get. So if you know of a good one, let us know about it. Yeah, and we will keep you posted as we're traveling, because like we kind of knew this, but we actually heard it straight to our ears this morning. This is probably the most busiest travel day of the entire year.
Yeah, so that'll be fun. Actually, the gardener is just over to the side of us right now, and typically it would have a ton of traffic right now, but it's actually moving nice, and we hope that that's going to be the case all the way to the border.
Yeah, and so just a couple other, I know we're just jumping all over the place here, a couple other really kind of nice features with this car. So it doesn't have full one-pedal driving, but it has pretty close. And the reason I just bring that up, and probably a lot of people have not experienced it like Tesla, because I think Tesla, there might be a couple other full EVs that have the model where you release the gas and it can full stop the car, like not full stop, but it brakes like for you, and you can just let it full stop. So when you're in eco mode, there is levels of that resistance you can get when you release the accelerator, and I like to ride it really like level 3, which is a lot of resistance, just because I'm used to driving the Tesla, which it does have a brake pedal in the Tesla, but you barely ever use it.
Yeah.
Especially after you've had it for many years and you're extremely comfortable driving it. So this is the closest I could find. It also has the auto hold, so I do need to press the brake to actually stop. I know, like first world problems, right? But yeah, like I've got it kind of configured the way I kind of enjoy driving the Tesla, so teaches their own. I think Cate likes to drive it more like a traditional car.
Yeah.
And like, she liked the Tesla and enjoyed driving it and all that, but that aspect, I guess, just didn't stick with her.
Like, it was fine, but it wasn't something that was like a make or break thing for me. I can drive with 2 pedals, no problem.
Yeah. And the build quality of this car is incredible. this feels like a very solid car. I've not seen any sort of misalignments or there was nothing wrong with it when we got it, whereas our Tesla, there was a bit of misalignments, but I don't think we cared because it wasn't that bad, and we were just excited to have a Tesla, so.
So anyway, I don't know if I said the time or not. We've been talking for about 10 minutes. It's about 10:30, so we left the house around 10:20. It's an ADHD thing. We can't. We cannot get our shit together. We even woke up at like 5, and I'll include a little video of early this morning, but somehow it still took us 5 hours to get on the road after that.
There was many factors. One is, like, our cats, when they start noticing that we're like, packing up all this stuff, one of our cats in particular, he gets really sad because he can tell we're leaving.
Yeah.
And so part of it is trying to just hang out with them and assure them, we're going to be back and we're not gone forever. We do have someone popping in to see them, so this will be a bit different for us because the last many trips we've had people physically staying there the whole time. But one of our friends who loves the cats, they love her. She is able to come in and out and hang out for a couple hours each day and stuff like that. So she offered to do it, and we know they have a great relationship. And the cats probably sleep 18 hours of the day. So for those couple hours, it's it'll be good to hang out with her. But we decided to have her instead of getting someone to stay at our place. So hopefully they're okay. We got a whole bunch of new cat stuff for them for Christmas, so we actually found an automatic wet food feeder,
which has nothing to do with a road trip.
But I mean, everyone has these.
ADHD.
Like, we just took our medications, so it probably hasn't kicked in. But everyone has their kind of anxiety nuances to road trips and travel. So
cats are ours. So it is 10:30. We are just getting out of like the main areas of Toronto, heading towards Hamilton, and we will update you on the road. It's 6 a.m. on Friday morning, the 27th?
yes.
And we're awake. Not quite ready to leave yet, but look at how cute little Tilly is. Hi, baby.
Mama.
Hi, baby. You know that we're going now, don't you? You know. We'll be back. It's not as long as of a trip this time.
That needs to be wiped quickly.
So this is actually the first difference. The Waze is telling us to take the 403, and usually we take the QEW. We are just going to follow it and see where it goes, but I didn't think the 403 went to the border, so we will have to find out. Okay, so we found the mistake. So this was actually just deciding to take us to the I-75, and that's the route that we prefer to not take. So we're actually just going to...
Like, what the fuck are you doing, you idiot?
We're gonna get cut off by some guy that was gatekeeping the left lane and now trying to drive into us. But what we're actually gonna do is get off here, which is Waterdown Road. We're gonna recalculate and recalibrate and figure out how to go the way that we actually like to go.
And maybe get a snack.
And a coffee.
I'm gonna go left or right, guys. Quick. I'm gonna go left.
We're going left. It's not often that we get lost in our own province, like so close to home. And
I get lost sometimes from the living room to the bedroom.
No, you lose things on your way from the living room to the bedroom. You don't lose yourself. Yeah, like I had even said to James, I'm like, I don't think we're supposed to take the 403. I don't think the 403 goes to the New York state border. The QEW does. And he's like, I'm just going to follow it. And so I'm glad I looked at that like right away, because it would have been such a detour, and like we would have been forced to take the I-75 if we went much longer, because it's not at all close. So we picked up some Tim Hortons. I actually have not had a cup of Tim Hortons in many years. Yeah. It's not nearly as bad as I thought it was. So we will enjoy our coffee. We will head back to the QEW and
we'll go back home. Yeah. Like road trip home.
No. But we will get back on track.
And I don't know if I need sunglasses.
It's such weird, like, I can't decide.
Like, where we were facing when we started this video, I did need them, and after the left turn, I don't.
But I still feel kind of, like, squinty a little bit, so we'll have to see. It is about almost exactly noon. It's 11:59. And we are in Niagara Falls. The signs around here are saying that there's a 45-minute delay for cars crossing the border at the Niagara Falls, which is the Rainbow Bridge. But we are taking the QEW to Fort Erie, and we're taking the Peace Bridge. So we don't know what traffic is going to look like yet, but this is, like James said earlier, one of the busiest travel days of the year. So we're expecting it, and we're just gonna take our time.
We found a fun little Volkswagen too.
Alrighty, so today we have like a little stretch of quiet highway up ahead, and James is
testing the lane assist.
Testing the lane assist. So can you move your hand down a bit? So when you're
She's like, can you not drive?
Well, you're not driving, the car is. So when you're in the lane assist, this feature will come up over here, and it'll tell you like how fast you're going and whatever. What do you need to say about lane assist?
So far the steering and whatnot, I would say, is at least the same as Tesla. We've not done a lot in the city yet. For one, there's like a lot of extra things you can do, such as like what is it, cruise control assist with stopping. Like they call it different things, and I think for the most part it all stems from the same buttons. But Toronto is not the best traffic to figure this stuff out.
No.
Because it will freak your car out. And I think one time when we did try to do something, the car just like
it said right no. No, I think it just said no, not available or something.
Yeah. So we're trying it out here on this stretch. For one, the first really cool thing is this is basically also right in my heads-up display, which is super fucking cool. Tesla, and I'm gonna keep saying Tesla in these videos
just because it's a comparison, and we haven't done
it for 4 years.
Yeah,
a lot of this stuff was not a thing before that, right? But it has it in the heads-up display, so I can see all of this just right here, which is super cool. If Cate can get that in the video somehow, she will. Obviously, I can't just take the phone and do like this. I think it's pretty good. There's a car about to pass us, so this might be interesting to see if it freaks it out or anything. But for the most part, it seems good. It seems pretty solid. Like, I feel pretty safe.
You're keeping your hands nearby just to take over if you need to.
It's my first go at it. Fortunately enough, we did a lot of this and the full self-driving in the Tesla. So we've kind of holy shitted ourselves enough that we're at least comfortable trying to turn something on, and you can kind of figure out quickly if it's going to veer off or if it's going to stay or whatnot. I can actually see that car just appeared in my little view, and I see it better in my heads up actually than I do on the straight display here. But for the most part, this seems, I feel fairly safe and comfy. being around a lot of drivers recently, I almost feel that these systems are better than most drivers on the road. So I feel more comfortable with this doing the way. It's actually, it just said keep hands on the wheel. It is slowing down as we're approaching vehicles. Let's switch lanes.
Oh, is it doing it for you?
I don't think so.
You
but
actually
it
switched
kept it. Oh no, it kept it engaged while I did that. Actually, that was pretty. We'll get back to you on that one because I'm not 100% sure what happened there. Do you see what I mean? I'm not.
Yeah, like it takes some time to get used to a brand new car. Like we don't know all the features of it. We don't know exactly how everything works. But we're learning, and that's the best part of a nice long road trip is you get to learn your vehicle a lot better.
Yeah, and figure all these things out, and
Okay, while there's no real cars coming, let's see if I can, oh, there was a car coming. Let's see if I can see the heads up. You can sort of see it a little bit.
Yeah,
so I saw that I was going 120.
Higher.
Yeah, I just don't want to put it in your way while you're driving and stuff. If we get a better shot of it down the road.
Well, here, I'll turn it on now because we won't catch up to those cars. They're going much faster.
Okay.
So, look, you can see
you
even when I change the speed limit, it's doing it. You can see everything. I will, I'm going to try a lane change again at some point. There's a bunch that are about to swarm us.
Yeah, we're finding some vehicles near us now.
Yeah, so when that whole situation slows down.
Or maybe across the border, because now we're getting pretty close. 6.8 kilometers.
And we both really have to pee.
Yes.
Although after this car, I don't think the car behind us looks like they're coasting, not passing. So let's see what happens. I go like this. Okay, so interesting. It disengaged it.
Okay.
So let's see what happens after I finish the signal.
Does it come back on?
Back up, yes.
Okay.
But Tesla is normally engaged the whole time.
Yeah.
It took a second for you to like, I guess, let you change and to realize it's back in.
Okay. So you definitely want to steer, keep your hands on the wheel, all that stuff.
Go back in, and then when I'm in the lane here, it might be signal dependent, in fact. But it just took, okay, so it just took us back into control in the lane.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, okay.
Good feature.
Yeah.
Look at how pretty this sky is. So far, the bridge doesn't have very much traffic, but we will have to see when we get over the bridge and onto the other side.
Yeah, we're pretty good at jinxing things.
We really are. Oh, I see brake lights. Let's see the big reveal. Yep, there's the traffic. All right, so we will be here for a while. What time is it? It's 12:42 p.m. Alrighty, we have made it over the border. It is 1:05 p.m. We are
the right 3 lanes to take the ramp to I-190 South.
Going to take the I-190 South.
She knew her cue on do we just go straight?
I don't know, but watch this guy because he looks like he wants to not go that way. And there is the Welcome to New York sign. Here we go.
100 meters, merge onto I-190 South.
Oh no.
5:32 p.m. We have stopped for gas. We have switched positions, and we are out of sheets. Take the Tesla out of the drivers, but still end up at the sheets. We are in Washington, Pennsylvania. Usually when we're in Washington, there's that stop with the Tesla chargers at the Target, but we are not there. This exit actually has a Tanger outlets, I don't know how to pronounce that, but we're not there. We are at Sheetz. Gas is $3.07. We're probably gonna grab some food here in a little bit and continue on our way.
Look, ugh, that's not...
That sounds delicious, but also not a salad. We are testing out the Sheetz ordering machines again.
There's a top. Oh.
Oh, that sounds good too.
Yeah, but it's like got the cheese and blah.
Yeah, it'll be a heavy meal.
So wait, what does this have on it? Lettuce, guac, turkey. Shredded cheese.
Like, it's funny because it says add stuff, but there's nothing else to add. That's what I did too. So mine has no blue cheese and yours has blue cheese.
Is there anything else we want to add?
I don't know.
Or do you want to get something else?
We can have a look around while they're making it and see if we add anything. I think you can scan your Sheetz rewards. Oh. Or you do that at the checkout, yeah. Okay. Check these out. These are like dunkable Lunchables. I've definitely never seen these before. So it's pretzels with peanut butter and
We haven't seen
jam, and then they've got like mozzarella sticks. I've definitely never seen those before. We found some Kinder Joy eggs, and this time they have Funko DC characters inside. We got our salads.
Yay.
We are also trying to get back into Waze because when everything happened back in Ontario with the wrong highway and everything, we decided to scrap Waze and go into Google Maps. But then Google Maps also wasn't all that great. So now James is starting to...
Which of these two routes is the one we want? Is it the pink one? No.
I think I need
Charlotte?
to...
No, it's green. If we did the pink one, it's that big ass roundabout.
Yeah, that goes through Columbia.
Yep.
Yeah, that's the right one. The green one.
Okay. Yeah, so...
Let's take I-77 south and I-95 south.
So the big problem we have with the Google Maps and CarPlay, I don't know if you use it any other way, whatever happens. But at least with CarPlay, when you add a stop on your touch interface in your car, you can't remove it in any way. It just like you have to actually open the app on the phone and remove it, or else you're just kind of stuck going through. Or if you can, it is not something very easily found within like the interface and all that stuff. So like we hit a point where we accidentally put one stop and the stop actually we ended up bypassing because the stop that we picked, we were like, oh, this is pretty close. But literally the exit, we were driving by the exit that we had to take while we put that in. And so it's like telling us to like get off the next one, come back on the highway, go back. And we're like, well, how do we get this off to continue on our actual route? So you have to go to the phone app, and when you open the phone app, it's great. There's a list. You just click the X to delete it off. But there's none of that here.
Yeah.
And there's no way to really see like the point by point stuff either. So and I know Waze is actually owned by Google, but I then did a quick look online and everyone's like you should just use Waze. It's the best. And so I'm gonna sit and figure out for a few seconds, like, because look, this gives us a nice, beautiful little list. Sort of. Like it's not like I guess if I tap there, it shows me where that is. But yeah. So we'll keep you posted on our explorations here.
And on our salads.
Yeah, yummy. Oh, my dark.
It is very dark in here. We're back on the road. It's only it's 6:47 p.m. We are headed towards West Virginia. I think based on previous trips, it's about a half hour from here. So James is driving. It's dark now. I don't drive anymore in the dark.
It's really dark.
Yeah. Alrighty, here we are. We are coming into West Virginia.
And there's construction.
There is construction. This is basically the first construction of this trip, though.
Which is odd.
Yeah.
Because we normally, for sure, in Pennsylvania, in May when we were driving, literally, like, it looked like they were reconstructing the entire highway on the mountain. They literally pushed one side of the mountain because there's like a huge valley in the middle, but they literally pushed one side of the mountain road that went up to the other side, and like they just connected for a bit. But today, like, it's clearly done because
the roads were so nice.
Yeah, and they were really nice roads.
Yeah. So West Virginia, 7:20 p.m. and we will see how this goes.
Yep.
We have got some rain, some construction, and a very tight lane over here. We are somewhere in West Virginia on
Like,
I-79.
I don't know which one is the lane. Like,
Yeah,
am I in
it's-
it or?
So hard to navigate.
And did we just connect with another highway?
No, I think that was just the lane that came in from before. But I don't know. It's really hard to tell. And it's so dark.
So are we back in the regular action here?
Maybe. Alrighty. It is 8:27 p.m. We are getting gas at
269, by the way.
269 at GoMart. And the way that we found this was by using an app called iExit. And that app tells you like the cheapest gas, the most average gas, like whatever you want to know. It's teaching you what. Oh, there's a spot on my camera. Look at that. Yeah, so it'll tell you what the cheapest gas is in the area. So we just navigated here. All right, so it is about 9:30 at night. We are driving on that little stretch of road to Beckley, West Virginia, and I just booked us our overnight stop. So we're going to the Turnpike Motel in Princeton, West Virginia. We have stayed there before. It is a very unassuming kind of motel, but it was nice, it was clean, it was comfortable, so we're gonna stay there again.
We do have some also car funness updates. So we've both, Cate, I guess, I don't know, intentional or unintentional, she started just driving it in sport when she was driving because it takes off and like you got a much better like pickup at higher speeds and all that. Because Cate was like, I want this to move a bit more.
Well, when you're passing people, like you need some speed if you're going to get in,
exactly, right? And so I decided like I'm going to mess around with sport and just see kind of mileage and what sort of fun we could have with it. So this car actually has paddle driving, which I'm sure you know is shifting. This car does tremendously well with shifting. Like growing up, I worked on cars. I loved driving stick and all that stuff because like for me personally, and I believe a lot of manual drivers would admit, you just feel the road better and it feels like you can control your car much better. Like downshifting, you can kind of control the speed and stop like in better sort of ways. So this, like it's been pouring rain, hard to see, but in fact with the shifting, it has made it really easy to kind of navigate through difficult sort of turns and stuff like that. And the best part is the way the car does it is you can use the shifting, but you can also just leave it and it will just kind of put itself back into like its regular drive and not just stick to the gear that you've kind of left it at. So it's really nice like that. But it drives, you can make it feel very much, I mean, technically that is manual, but you can make it feel very much like you're used to it. So it does add some really kind of nice enhancement to, at least for what I feel, like a bit of safety feel for things when you're, like like you can't see super well. There's so much rain. So yeah, it's lots of fun like that.
Yeah.
Just wanted to add that.
And now my mom sent us away with some cookies, and I am going to enjoy a little snack in my passenger princess spot. I don't know if you can see it because we keep going over bumps, but I just noticed that we hit 1,000 miles on our car.
We were hoping to do it at 1,000 kilometers, but right when we transferred to the US, like we switched up the cluster information.
Yeah.
And it hit a point where we're like, I think that actually is past 1,000 already.
Like we would have hit it in New York State, and I think we were like, we noticed maybe at like early on in New York, maybe like when we got gas the first time, but we didn't switch it up. It was like just after, because when I took over driving, I was still on kilometers and it hadn't quite hit 1,000 at that point, but I didn't want to like mess with the settings while I was driving. But anyway, so now it's 10 p.m. We are getting to the end of this stretch of road of the, you know, like offshoot highway with the lights, and we're gonna get back on the interstate, and then we have about 45 minutes or so before we get to our stop for the night.
Yep.
Check out this fog. Wow. And the iPhone usually doesn't pick it up properly, so it looks really bright, but actually in reality it's very dark out and so foggy. You can see the fog actually, but it's even foggier in reality. Like it's so hard to see what is coming up around this truck.
And
there's a slight bend.
I don't know if I get ahead of this, I might be a little more blind than I think.
Yeah.
We'll see, because I don't like. Sometimes we notice that. Sometimes we notice that it seems like it's foggy, but it's actually just.
Oh wow!
the
No,
spray.
this is definitely fog. Holy crap! This is bad. Oh, don't use high beams in the fog. That actually makes it worse.
Yeah, because it's just reflecting.
We have about 16 miles to go until we stop for the night. It is 10:27
Okay,
p.m.
look,
currently.
the fog
Yeah,
just
now it's
went
clear.
away.
Wow. And it's back. It is wild out here. We also just went through a patch of rain right after I ended the last video. It's just wild times out here.
And we're going steep. There was a sign warning us back there for steepness.
That we couldn't even read because all we could see were the flashing lights on it, and we had no idea what it was indicating.
Look at this curve. Like your truck could fall over. So we're blind, going down something steep, and could potentially turn right off the road.
So in actuality, this is what people say about driving this route in the winter and late at night, is that it can get quite dangerous. I don't feel unsafe right now. Like we're going under the speed limit
No,
a little.
that's it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay,
we're going the speed limit.
We're going the speed limit, but like, you know, you just have to be aware, and you have to know where you're driving and what the conditions are, and drive for the conditions. And you know, if you don't feel safe, pull off for a little bit, because as you can see, it starts fluctuating really easily.
Yeah, and a lot of reasons it happens now is because the mix between the cold and hot air, which is why it's so low, because we are in winter time.
Yeah.
Is this 2 lanes?
Yes.
I don't need to go fast though. But yeah, because, and it's also 10 degrees, so there's probably snow below down here somewhere.
Like in the mountains,
Yeah.
maybe.
And so you'll start getting this weird stuff. I don't like, when it's like this, one thing I will recommend if you get near a truck, it's not good to stay behind it because it's gonna blind you with the spray.
Yeah.
But also, like, just either fall back really far or get past it on one of the straightaways ASAP.
Yep.
Like, look now, we can see a lot better. In fact, I think I can turn my wipers off. Like, in 5 minutes, it might be raining again. Like, it's the weirdest thing.
Yeah, it's wild
Very
out
odd
here.
weather we've been having.
Oh, it is kind of raining because I can see it on the windshield now in the video.
But yeah,
Oh, yeah.
we just wanted to show you that. Now we're going back up, so we won't see a lot of fog right now.
I don't know. We'll have to find out.
Yeah.
You definitely what? Alrighty. It's about 10:45 and we have made it to the Turnpike Motel. They have cute little wreaths on the doors. Super cute. So we are going to just go check in and crash for the night. We are here in our room. Got a nice full-length mirror, TV, coffee, microwave, fridge, freezer. Freezer, you don't get one of those very often. Bed, alarm clock, desk area, window to outside. And here we have bathroom. Nice shower. This will do just fine for tonight. Good night. See you tomorrow.
Start.
7:12 a.m. We are pulling out and heading towards Starbucks, and I think we're only about maybe 6 miles from the border of West Virginia and Virginia, so we'll have a dark sign for you shortly. Anything else to add?
I'm not actually super tired. I think I slept out. Oh, look how pretty this is.
I know, it's so cute. I saw that the last time
Maybe
we stayed.
like, look, they changed us all. We have to get gas.
Oh, do it?
Oh, look.
What?
Is this Starbucks?
It's in the corner over here.
Oh.
Remember?
I'm confused.
I remember this place very well. There's the Tesla chargers that we usually stop at.
This has been redone.
Yeah, it definitely
So
has.
it's good.
Yeah, so Starbucks. Oh, look, there's light. It's mountain time. Okay, make your wish, hold a breath. Make a wish and hold your breath.
Wait, not yet.
Not yet. Not yet. Not yet. Virginia is for lovers. Did you hold your breath?
I was also thinking, oh, look at the mountains.
It's beautiful. Look at that. Wow. Beautiful. We are about to come into our next tunnel.
Not holding my breath for this one.
Oh, okay, then I guess I won't. Oh!
Just kidding.
Oh, you tricked me.
Yep.
Trickster. Like Maui the shapeshifter. Oh, I love this song.
Oh, music with
I'll probably fast forward it a little or just keep talking over it. If you keep talking, then it won't catch the copyright.
So what do you guys think? Is this a beautiful tunnel?
Oh, my ears are popping.
Open up.
Boom. And here we are in North Carolina. It is 8:40 a.m. We've got some fog and maybe some light rain. James is still driving.
We're alive still.
Woohoo! And some trucks. So here's something that I actually prefer with the Waze navigation. When we were in the Tesla would always try to route us into the HOV lanes that are paid in North Carolina, no matter what the traffic was.
Anywhere in the US though.
But yeah,
It
it's
would
true.
like drive us
Even in
right,
Florida.
Like full self-driving would drive us into that always.
Yeah, so we would always have to fight the GPS because it would always try to take us into there. Whereas here, it's just telling us, yeah, stay straight. Very good. All right, it is about 10:18 a.m. We have stopped for gas. We're at a 7-Eleven just north of Charlotte, North Carolina. Gas here is $2.85, and that's the cheapest around. So getting more expensive, but not too bad. We also stopped by Chick-fil-A and picked up a yogurt parfait with cookie crumbles on top and a fruit cup and some coffee. Typically these are like side dishes that you can substitute with your breakfast meal, but we already had breakfast earlier this morning at Starbucks when we left.
Yes.
And so this is just like a little side snack and a little bit of protein, a little bit of fiber.
Eat your fruit, kiddos.
Yep,
It helps you when you get older.
definitely. Especially on road trips. Oh, we are coming up to Carowinds, which means we are coming up to South Carolina. I don't even know where the sign is because... Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, it's so rainy. We're in South Carolina now.
And the rain has come down.
Yep. It is 10:54 a.m. It is obviously raining. We're making some decent time, I guess. Not too bad. Yeah. James is still driving.
Yep.
It is 12:09 p.m. We are in Columbia, South Carolina. We have stopped to, we don't need gas. We're at half a tank still, but we figured we'd fill up because we want to stop for a bathroom break, stop for some drinks, switch drivers. So I will take over, and gas is $2.55 here, which was one of the best rates we've seen along the drive. So we decided to just make a quick stop. There's a Starbucks behind us. There's a Quaker Steak and Lube over there, which I absolutely loved eating at when I used to live in Florida, and I haven't been there in years. We're not going to stop there because we don't want to do like a long sit down stop. If you know if they have takeout, let us know in the comments because maybe one day we would stop there instead. But there's a lot in this area. There's a Burger King, there's a Love's, there's like stuff on the other side of the road too. So Columbia is always a pretty safe space to stop for multiple food, lodging, and gas options. I've never seen a Starbucks Stanley mug before. Is this a normal thing? Yeah, but is this a normal thing in the US? Someone has to let us know in the comments. I love this time of year because all of the Starbucks cups are on sale. But with the exchange rate, we have to be very diligent to know what the prices were at home versus here. All right, so we were on that tiny little backcountry road for almost 4 hours, and probably about 2.5 to 3 hours into that, I had to pee. So we started stopping at different gas stations along the way, and every single one had a sign that said restroom out of order. So finally we get to the end of that highway, and we're right at the junction to 95 South, which still has a shit ton of traffic. And there's like not much around in between where you come off that road and where you go into the highway. So we're pulled into this Shell station over here. And the lineup for the bathrooms, there was one men's and one women's, was probably about 15 people deep. And then after I joined, there were probably about, I don't know, seven or eight people behind me. It was like everyone was on that backcountry road and everyone had to pee before they got onto the next highway. So that's where we're at right now. It is 4:05 p.m. It's actually like 21 degrees Celsius, which is really nice. The sun kind of came out for a bit, so we had some sunglasses weather, and we will make our way down to Florida. .56 p.m. We have stopped in Brunswick, Georgia. We're gonna grab a bite to eat and switch drivers because it's hard for me to see when it's dark. So we were so caught up in conversation that we totally missed. Oh, we're gonna miss it again. The welcome to Florida state sign. Damn truck, damn conversation. It is. Oh, there's the thank you for visiting Florida sign back there. So, close enough. We are in Florida. It is 7:20 p.m. It is super dark out as usual. There's still lots of traffic on the road. We had lots of traffic through Georgia. We stopped
through Georgia.
Yeah, lots of traffic through Georgia. It was almost an hour that we ended up stopping for dinner and just to like sort of digress and relax and, you know, power through this last little bit of the road trip. So we have about 5 more hours to go until we get to Cape Coral, and the weather's at least pretty good, no rain.
We've actually cracked the sunroof.
Yeah,
for the very first time.
That's probably why you can't hear, and now that I think about it, you might not be able to hear James's voice very clearly, even though I can, just because of the way the microphone on the phone is positioned. So
facing forward.
Yeah. So
actually, iPhones are really cool that they directionally take sound. They prioritize directional sound, so whenever it's faced at first.
Yeah.
So you could be getting wind.
Yes. So we have no idea what this video will sound like, but we're in Florida. So right now we're just on this quiet little highway 301 connecting from east to west, and it's just like a very dark highway, and we are driving with the sunroof open because it's like 21 degrees outside and clear and beautiful, and the stars, like, they're gorgeous up here. I don't know if I can get this on video, but I tried taking a long exposure photo and you can see like everything up there.
Now it's almost up to 7.
Oh, there's some stars. So that's just looking out the sunroof right now. Gorgeous. And there's James. It's 10:51 p.m. Stopped for gas. San Antonio, Florida, off of the I-75. We're at a Flying J. Gas is $3.05, which is kind of the cheapest in this area. There's a Cinnabon here, there's a Denny's, there's some other stuff at this exit too. I am tired. I think it's still another 2 hours ahead of us, so we'll be rolling in maybe around 1 or something. feeling every hour of it right now.
Perfect rating right as we get it.
We're in the final stretch. There is half an hour left. It is 1:13 a.m. We will get in around 1:45.
Clearly Cate is very excited.
I am so tired. I was kind of like laying back and not sleeping, but just had my eyes closed, and I was still singing songs and talking to James, but man, I can't wait to just be in bed.
In terms of a drive update, so we've been using the driver assist a lot now. In comparison to the Tesla, it is, you know, essentially more or less the same. Things I really like about this one versus this one, so say for example, hold on, I gotta figure out how many lanes are here because we're going through, like, it's hard to see with the rain. But anyways, okay, so here's one really good one. If I signal to go into a different lane and I pull over and say I let off the signal mid-lane, it'll catch, I cheated that a little, but it's not jerky. Like, here, I'll do a more kind of what you would do as a regular example. So I'd like let go here. It'll catch us, but what I would find in the Tesla is it would like whip you and kind of
Try to recenter you, yeah.
Whereas this one, it's just more smoother when it does it, and it's not like a jerky back and forth thing. Other than that, like when you put the signal on, it essentially disengages the steering to not turn off the driver assist. It has the same sort of distance stuff. Kind of interesting things about all the assistance in this car. You could have like just steering wheel assistance. You could have, I think, just speed without the steering wheel assistance. So it's really, I've not played with any of those sorts of things. We're about to get off though. And as we figure out more stuff, we'll update either a future video.
Yeah, like it will be a future video at that point, because I think, you know, we only have 30 minutes left of this drive. It's dark, it's rainy, so
and we're getting off.
This is gonna be maybe our sign off, I think. Alrighty, I tried to sign off in the last one, but I lost my words. So we are almost here. How did that drive go for you?
Tired, but
Yes.
the end here was a real kick in the pants, because the first main road we were on it's like raining, and it looks like it's brand new tarred, and you couldn't really tell like where the lines were. Like you couldn't tell how the road worked in some areas. You're just like, after the light, you're kind of like, where do I go? How do I see?
And it's very dark. Like the iPhone brightens things a lot, but it is pitch black out here and rainy. And before, the road was like super shiny and slick, so it was hard to see anything.
And there's apparently a million cops all over the place.
Yep. So with that being said, we will say thank you very much for watching, if you made it all the way through, and we will catch you on our vacation.